harsh, wicked night, cloaked in black red eyesight. Empire crumbles under power, thunder rolls in a witching hour. Lightning from fingertips like skies, screaming echo, sorcerer's eyes. Darkness grips every corner, whispers.
All right. So we're back. Hopefully this doesn't fucking crash, because I'm getting really tired of it doing that. I don't know what's going on with OBS. It's kind of pissing me off. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it's OBS. That's what it does.
Oh, license here. Alright. So, I'm waiting for... Someone said they were going to raid me, but they messaged me saying, hey, we noticed your stream crashed. Can message me when you're back live.
Right on.
So it's like, okay. There you go. I'll let them know. So we should have a raid incoming here shortly.
Cool beans.
Yep. Unfortunately, this means I don't get to use my fucking VTube. Because apparently the game is or OBS is being stupid.
And it's not a resource issue, because I know you've got a pretty beefy machine.
Yep. The problem is my processor is the weakest part of my machine.
Okay.
I have an i7-6700K, which was not the newest processor when I built this computer. There we go. Yep, there is the raid. Alright, welcome Raiders to Tabletop Tuesday, where we talk about nerdy shit, including nerdy news, nerdy topics, and I play some sort of game in the background. Lately it's been Rimworld. If OBS continues to give me issues with Rimworld, I might have to switch different games. And pretty much put Rimworld in the never stream again category. Which would be...
That would be unfortunate.
That would be unfortunate. I like it. Some of you may have noticed there's a new overlay kind of hanging out in the stream. That is Rim Connect. It enables you guys to mess with my game. You earn 100 silver coins every 2 minutes, as long as you've chatted in the last 10 or 20, I think. I forget the exact timing. But I remember it's like every 10 to 20 minutes, you have to say something. Alright? And I know several of you are going to be typing something. I know you guys all too well. So, either way, so a few announcements before we get into the thick of things. Announcement number one is, of course, our sponsors. Shockby Gaming servers for all your Minecraft server needs. They start at $2.50 a month, and they go up from there. We've had no trouble, or very little trouble, with the Minecraft servers that they provide.
Yeah, very, very stable. Very
stable, unlike OPS. And then the other sponsor is W Energy Drinks. They're basically, they don't break your bank. They have great reviews. They taste pretty good, in my opinion. And they also don't make you unstable like OPS. I'm gonna make that a fucking trend today.
You should add a fuck OBS redeem or something.
OBS is broke. I'm sure I could find a blurb that I can add to my redeem. Potato Bun Stu says, welcome back. You are no longer a blue screen. Hooray! I am no longer the Windows blue screen of death.
I was just looking to see what kind of processor I've got in my older machine. i5-8400 at 2.8 gigahertz.
I think mine, like I said, it's an i7-6700, but yeah. I forget what the hertz is. 4 gigahertz.
Yeah, so you should be in great shape relative to me.
Yeah.
I guess. How many cores do you have?
4 cores.
I do seem to have 6 cores, so I guess that could help. But yours are
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, the problem is, like, when I build my next computer, I'm debating between AMD and Intel for processors.
Right.
So I'll figure that out when the time comes, because AMD fixed one of its problems, which was the pins are no longer on the chip.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of my big issues with AMD chips. I was like, I'm going to bend a pin and I'm going to get fucked.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sitting there with a magnifying glass and a pair of tweezers going, where is the fucking bent little shit?
I'm someone who is willing to tinker with computer hardware, but like motherboards and CPUs, I just afraid I'm going to break something.
See, that's the difference between us. I'm not so worried about that.
Left in this gun, you see?
Potatoes done their chicken. Or Bun. I think I'll call you Bun, because the problem is, Bun, I know someone in the medieval fantasy reenactment group I used to be a part of, like the live action stuff, and his name was Potato. Curvito says, capture card weak, bro. That's not my capture card. I'm doing this all on my computer. One computer. I don't have a capture card. I couldn't afford it. So I streamed my entire stream off of one machine. So was it the internet? No, it's not the internet. It's OBS has a issue with certain programs on my computer. They don't seem to play nice with each other for some reason. I haven't figured out why yet. And I think it's honestly, my processor doesn't have enough cores to handle everything that's going on.
And that could be.
I think honestly that's the case. Which, whenever I ever get enough money to replace this bloody thing, the processor I'm looking at is at least 8 core. It might be higher. I might actually shell out the extra funds for like one of those really high core processors. I'm debating it. How many gigabytes do I have on my RAM? I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. So I know it's not a RAM issue. You're just pushing limits. Yeah, it's pretty much I'm pushing the limits of my machine. This machine was built by me in 2017. I was going to school for IT, for systems hardware, system administration, and cybersecurity. So I actually have a degree in all three. And one of the classes I was in, the hardware class, they gave us $1,000 and said, build a computer. Your machine should be fine. You would think, but I pushed this thing hard. A lot. And so there is that, like, Rimworld, which is the game running in my background right now, eats a lot of processing and RAM. Especially when you have a ton of mods. So I will be brutally honest, that maxes out my CPU sometimes. OBS is moderate in that. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And if I have my program VC Face running, which is what I usually use for my VTube Avi, so I can move around and stuff for you guys, that eats up some processing and GPU. So, there are plenty of times where I've hit like 80, 90, almost 100% capacity. Pushing it beyond 80 might not be a good idea. Yeah. Yep. Bun goes, I have a PNG just in case the game is too much. Yeah, that's what this is for. One of my artists that I stay in touch with, which is, oh God, what was her name? Something Sai. God damn it. I know her name. It's gonna drive me up a wall because I know this name. I know it. I'm fairly certain I know it because I'm not that dense. Lady Cryo. Lady Cryo. She's the one who did my PNG Avi. and as well as Gamera's. And I like his mouth moves more than mine though. Like your mouth moves like a ton. Mine's like little slight movement.
Well, you know, it's the difference between kaiju anatomy and human anatomy.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm so glad we have that bracelet on your ass so that way you don't wreck my fucking tavern. Yeah, VTuber programs eat a lot of resources. That's one of the reasons why I'm looking at upgrading this machine in the next 3 to 4 years. That's kind of my goal. So that'll be fun. Other fun announcements I want to point out. How do you do PNG guest settings? I have a program I use called Reactive. It's on a website primarily. And what happens is whatever picture they give me, they have to give me 2 different pictures. One for when you're not talking and one for when you are talking. And then Reactive lights it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Reactive is amazing. I love it to death. It is very well done. And it shows everybody in my Discord call. If I don't have a picture for them set in, like I do with Gamera, they show up as their little Discord Avi. And then the Discord Avi will dim and brighten, like bounce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. I love the fact that I found it. So there is that. I am going to put the command in real quick for Stellaris Eterna. Does it work for VTuber? It works for still pictures. You have to have 2 different still pictures. So there is that. All right, so the next announcement I want to point out real quick while we're in the middle of discussion real fast is we're still doing Season 3 Stellaris Eterna. I've already started writing the script for that, for the prologue video. Mm-hmm. I got a bunch of it done today. So nice. That'll be fun. I'm going to need to find a few people to do voices, though, other than me. I wouldn't call it a bad idea for a VTuber, Curry, because what a lot of people will do is you could put a GIF as the picture, and so what happens is you yourself won't be on Reactive. You will be your VTube program showing moving around things of that nature, but all your guests will be the little bouncing images, and they can sometimes be wiggling and moving and stuff. So there is that. Let me do that real quick. So we're doing... I have a decent mic, but I'm no voice actor. I don't know if I'm going to look for a full-on voice actor. We'll figure it out as time goes. I need to find someone who can do a... like impassioned leader voice, who's not necessarily like, I would say angry passion, if anything. Then I need to find someone who could do a scientist voice, and then the last one is someone who's more pragmatic. I just thought it'd be nice if we could all, if we could have all VTuber. It would be nice, but be careful about that. What's a scientist voice? Someone who's very direct, very forward. Like, give me a second. Let's see if I can pull up my scientist voice. I wasn't planning on voice acting today. The subject has noticed considerable improvement from the injection sites that we have given them. The strength and stamina of the subject has increased by at least 20%. We will continue the subject's testing for another 2 hours before allowing them to rest. All right, that was just me kind of like whipping one out. What do you think, Gamera? Was that okay?
Yeah, whipping one out. Great phrasing. Yeah.
Phrasing? Oh no, soft voices can be fine too. The idea is the voices I'm looking for are, you have to have the ability to pull off, if you're doing the scientist voice, creepy. You are seeing a individual as less than a person, and you're looking at the whole group. Like, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, taken to an extreme. Put it back in. We don't need to see that. You could use a voice changer. I would, but I would honestly like to give more people a chance to get into like doing voices and stuff, because one of the things I plan on doing is anybody who helps me with the voices of the prologue, if they have a Twitch, I will put their Twitch link in my description of the video. Or if they don't and they just want to have a name on there, I'll do that too. I want an old man voice. You mean this, you old whippersnapper? Let me go get my cane. Oh, God. Who are you? Oh, okay. I can do some voice acting. Don't get me wrong. I am not a professional voice actor. I am amateur at best. All right? But I have done some voice acting. Not a lot. Mostly for, like, people's gift cards and shit. I got Valley Girl. Like, oh my God.
Oh, I remember fondly the days of the Valley Girl accent.
Oh.
You don't see it as much these days.
No. Apparently, I slip into one accent, though, when I'm driving.
Oh?
Especially when I get annoyed. I go into my New York accent. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of my way, friend.
Nice.
Have a nice day. Fuck you, my friend. Yes. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to New York, where the word fuck is a comma. And that's coming from someone who lived in New York. I lived in the city for like a little while. That is not an exaggeration. Oh my God.
Reminds me of, have you ever seen the Boondock Saints?
I've seen like clips of the show.
The movie.
Oh, no, the movie. No, I've never watched Boondock Saints. It's also on my to-watch list, but like way farther down.
There's a scene where the two main brothers encounter one of their friends after one of their big fights, and he's just absolutely incredulous at what they've done. He's like, "What the fucking fuck?" It just keeps going on in that way, and one of them's like, "Certainly illustrates the diversity of the word." There's different ways they use "fuck."
There's the George Carlin thing too. It's like, fuck is a very versatile word. Yeah. So, welcome everyone. This is Rimworld, by the way. There should be an overlay called Rim Connect. You will earn coins as you talk and chat. Every 2 minutes, you'll get so many coins. You can use those coins to help or screw with me at your leisure. I wonder if there's a storyteller involving Rim Connect. Because that is the thing. Nope, there is not. Okay. So... Store's empty. Oh, the store is empty? Oh, we better fix that. Alright, where is it? Mod. Rim. Connect. Items. Yeah, everything's here. Export settings. It's all here. Why is it here? I don't understand. What am I doing wrong?
Let's see.
Ah!
If I go to the store, I do see stuff in the store for me.
I just hit update on server.
Okay.
So maybe
Well,
that'll help.
Yeah, I do see, like, if I click on store, actually, by default, if I open the thing, it's on the poll and votes page. But if I click store at the bottom, it takes me over, and then I get, like, colonists, I get items, and then that's a big list, and...
Yeah, items should be a huge list.
I don't know if there's another thing below items, but yeah.
Let me
I
see
currently
if...
have 0 silver, so I'll have to... Is there a balance checking command for this one?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I think when you open the store, it just gives
Is
you...
there a balance checking command for this one?
Oh, god damn it. I don't want to hear myself multiple times. Okay, so Rim Connect, there we go. There's no... Okay, so I can't see the store myself. Oh, there it goes. Yep, I see it. Okay, it's there. Ah! I don't want to go into full screen. Thank you. All right. Yeah, I see it. Can you guys see it now?
am still able to see it.
Well, I'm asking more of the non-moderators.
Yeah, that is a good question. So Wizen, if you open up the thing and you click on the store at the bottom right, do you see anything in there?
Yeah, because there's a store on the bottom right. Should be vote and store.
Yeah.
All right. But even then, if that there is an option to get a colonist, which is channel points, which is 300 channel points you can add.
There
I hit refresh all things. All right, excellent. So yes, you will earn silver as time goes because the mod says you're supposed to be getting 100 silver every 2 minutes.
Okay.
So here's go hoping. Testing some chatting to see if I get silver. Okay. So
yeah, just ignore me. I'm just occasionally putting things in there.
All right. So we have some fun stories to go over today. Some of which I picked because they are amusing. They're not depressing. Okay?
Yes.
Because I don't want all, negative doom and gloom and shit. All right? So the first little silly story I want to share because people will find it funny is there are companies in Japan that now give employees who don't use tobacco an extra 6 days of vacation every year to make up for the cigarette breaks of their fellow coworkers. The company found the new policy gave a lot of employees the push they needed to finally quit smoking.
That is a feel-good story.
I like that. That was kind of cool. It's like, hey, you got 100 silver. Yay! All right, it's working. It's now formed and traveling on the world map. Okay, so I don't have too many problems. I want to send you there instead. Time to destination, 0.3 days, so that'll be there. Got you tabbed from the bot squad. Bot squad. Do your check-ins, please. So that way I know you were here, so I don't forget it.
Welcome, traveler.
And welcome, Savage King Wolf, to the tavern. Grab yourself a mug of ale, pull up a chair, have fun, and don't fireball my goddamn tavern. Which inevitably someone will always does, because you're a bunch of fucking pyros. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. Yay! Oh, Royal Tribute Collector. Fuck him in particular. He can piss off. Yeah. Not quite strong enough yet to take them on, because they will wreck my shit. Oh, I gotta hydrate. More cider. Yay.
What was I going to say? We discussed the failure of the Borderlands movie a while back.
Yep.
I did want to say, for those in the Discord, I did throw in a video link to the, I think it's Matt McMuscle's YouTuber who does the What Happened series, where he explains either, video game failures, movie failures, that sort of thing. He had a good one on the Borderlands debacle. Basically, it was mostly done for like 3 years, and then they got like reshoots after a year and a half, and that's one of the reasons Tiny Tina's so weird, because literally the actress grew the fuck up in between the regular shoots and the reshoots.
Jesus.
It's like, goddamn.
Yeah, they messed that up. They also, like, from what I saw of it, the jokes really didn't land.
Yeah, and that was one of the other things that the video pointed out. Like, this was very clearly intended to be, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. And when they first started planning it, that was great. But even Guardians of the Galaxy had moved on from the tone of the first Guardians movie by the time it actually came out. So it's like, this feels weird.
Yeah, no problem, Savage King. I give a shout out to everybody who does their check-ins, because that's how I try to reward you, other than shouting you out in the Discord later. Alright, you were playing Warzone. Hopefully Warzone went for you alright. I'm okay. I'm a bit exhausted. I donated plasma today. and I just got stupidly exhausted afterwards. Like,
Yeah, running a couple quarts low.
yeah, running a little low on fluid there. So there was that. So yeah, I saw your post. I thought it was like, okay, that's neat. It was very much everything we kind of agreed was the problem with it.
There were some additional insights, I think, for me, at least on the business side, as to just how fucked up things ended up being.
Wolf asked, how much did I get for that? I got $40. I got a big whopping 40. All right.
All right, so while we're talking, I'm going to play some Angband again.
Okay.
That's been my current obsession.
All right.
Oh, boy.
You have fun with that, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So in other fun news, customers of the failed crypto firm FTX are now set up for refunds up to a total of $16.5 billion billion euros. No, $16.5 billion. 12.6 billion euros. So you remember that little crypto idiot that was scamming people?
Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yep, he's now being forced to pay back $16.5 billion.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And when he runs out of money to repay it, I hope they put him to work at a Taco Bell till he earns enough money to pay it off.
I mean, they could always just put him on like a little crank thing, like a little monkey, and just be like, all right, yay. Are they at their destination yet? They're about to be. Come on.
Magic mushrooms.
They're almost there. Okay, there we are. Let's add them to the mining camp. There we go. Now we have 15 guys mining almost 2,000 steel every month. So
nice.
That'll be helpful. Turtle got a new skill. Oh, we're going to give him healing, because that's important. And Turtle is our animal person. All right, so we got...
Never would have guessed.
Yeah, of course not. No. All right,
is he teenage mutant and or ninja?
Probably not. Oh, Ange doesn't have any jobs to herself, so I'll put her on crafting while she wanders around, because she's, I think, our melee specialist too, and she has a club.
Oh shit! I've got a vault.
Uh-oh.
In Angband terms, that means it's a tightly packed room full of higher level monsters, including what appear to be 2 unique orcs.
Oh, no.
I should say uruks. These are the high orcs from Tolkien.
Oh, nice. All right, so that was a thing, and then the last quick story that we have that doesn't require a ton of discussion is Velma has been canceled officially.
Did they get a 3rd season before
Nope.
they were canceled, or is this okay? This is after season 2.
After season 2, they were cut off entirely.
Thank God.
The makers lost all their funding. HBO basically said, no more, we're done. And the people who are currently in charge of the Scooby-Doo franchise have pointed out that the writers of Velma are likely never going to be permitted to write anything for Scooby-Doo ever again.
Nor should they be, really.
Yeah, it was just like, damn! Like, that was a bit brutal.
It was truly awful. Like, you'd have to try to make something worse. And I'm not sure you would easily succeed at it.
Yeah, it was just... It was so bad. Yeah, I don't understand why it had to be that bad. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know, you know, what the thought process was behind the show, because it looked like it was Scooby-Doo in name only.
Yeah, I do kind of have an idea what the thought process behind the show was, but it's dumb. It's a
Oh,
dumb thought process.
all right, let's hear it. I gotta hear this.
Okay, so Mindy Kaling was the head architect of this version of the show. She essentially wrote a version of Scooby Doo where she could play Velma, and you know, as far as that goes, more power to her. But she has this very particular comedic sensibility where it's just like being an asshole is just really funny. Her character on The Office was written this way. A lot of the other stuff I've seen in her comedy is written this way. And so everybody in Velma is an unlikable asshole, and we're supposed to cheer them for it. And that, yeah, it's basically just Mindy Kaling has a very particular sense of humor that she finds funny, and other folks don't seem to.
Okay, I just had the Empire fight itself.
Neat.
Allied mercenary sniper for Mechanized Republic. Okay, this is a little weird. Let's rescue him. We're gonna take the sniper rifle, though. Thank you for that. Oh yeah, you're tending to him. Cool. How long is it? Oh, he's bleeding out 12 hours. We got this. We're definitely gonna take that sniper rifle, though, and give it to... who is good at shooting? Okay, looks like Maverick is. Maverick, congratulations. You now have a good sniper rifle. And then from there... who is this? Turtle. Congratulations, you're now getting a... rifle. Rebel rifle.
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets.
No,
left
don't
in
destroy
this
the
gun,
weapon.
you see?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Turtle, where are you? There you are. Hey, Emil, how you doing? Emil, fuck, I don't know how to say that.
What is it?
Emil Chen? Emily Chen?
It could be. I see, of course, Lichen, like lichens, you know, plant. But
I apologize for butchering your name.
Lichen.
If you have a pronunciation you wish us to use, please just type it to the best of your ability. I will try my best.
100%.
All right, let's see.
Which one of these bastards is Oogaluk? All right, that's Oogaluk.
So then we got AP, who you have a semi-automatic good rifle. We're going to give you the excellent one. And then from there, we have the good one. Not in colonists. So DPS 4.75. Maverick. Who's this? Droid 4. Let's go for the lowest one. Which one is that? Droid 2. Droid 2, congratulations. You're now getting a rifle. Alright, there we go. Everybody's happy. Oh, no, wait, maybe not. There's a rifle up there. And who's this? Spartacus.
Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
All right, 2 unique Uruks have been slain, and I am still alive.
I'm alive! You get squished. Alright, so we got Droid 4 is the other one. Which one's Droid 4? What the fuck? That can't be Droid 4. That ain't right. What is going on here?
That boy ain't right.
Oh, D15 da. Something ain't right with that boy.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
Oh, hell. Hell, it's about time. Alright. So, yeah, I'm kind of glad Velma's gone too, because, like, from what little I saw of it, I was just like, what the fuck is this noise?
It was super cynical and rude, which is basically like the opposite of anything you want in Scooby-Doo. Like, there's a place for cynical, rude content, and you can do it very well. But it's like, let's say I want, a dark and gritty noir thriller about the underground pornography trade. But I'm a big Superman fan.
No.
No.
No. That is a fuck no. Oh my god, no. Oh.
And I did not pull that example out of thin air either. There was a writer on
Oh,
Superman
Jesus Christ.
that
No.
did something like that.
Oh,
And
Christ. Come on, man. Really?
obviously, it wasn't explicit because, these are comics aimed at, young teens. But basically, if you read what happened, it's like, yeah, this one character was being mind controlled by this other character named Sleaze, who then tried to mind control Superman to act in dirty movies with this other character. It's super gross, and the guy who wrote that is a dirty old goddamn man.
Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Why? God, why?
I think for some people that is part of the appeal. It's like, I'm doing something transgressive with this beloved character. Like, if you would have given Mindy Kaling a budget to write her own, like, narrative that it's not Scooby-Doo, but if you want to have your main character be a cynical asshole who's solving mysteries while making fun of her friends, you do that. I think she would have passed, because then she wouldn't be doing it with Scooby-Doo. Because some people just like to shit on things.
This is why we can't have nice things.
For the record, I think we have had the absolute best possible version of Scooby-Doo, and we really don't need to do much anymore. I mean, if they want to do more examples of Scooby-Doo, that's fine, but Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated is basically the ultimate Scooby-Doo in my mind.
I'll have to agree with you on that too. That was a really good Scooby-Doo. Like, my favorite version so far of Superman was the Justice League one.
Sure, yeah.
It just hits me in just the right ways. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the original Superman comics and cartoons and all that jazz, but just the Justice League one just hits me just right. Especially his speech to Darkseid towards the end.
Ah, yes.
Like, I feel like I'm living in cardboard.
Yeah. The world of cardboard speech.
Yeah. But I also loved Lex Luthor in that too.
Oh yeah.
That was a
that whole DC animated universe is basically amazing.
Hey, Daryl.
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Yeah, the Justice League stuff worked beautifully. Though I will say I like the animated Batman from the original one.
From the original?
Not the original. I think it was 90s. Batman, the animated series.
Yeah, that's the one that's in the same universe as that Justice League Superman.
Yeah, but I like that Batman version versus the Justice League one better.
I mean, I guess it is technically the same guy, but they did, kind of change him up a little bit for the new series.
I feel like it's more of just the way he was used is more of what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
I just like the way he was used in his own series better than he was used in Justice League. And this is
fair.
And this is not saying Justice League was bad. No, he was really good. Flash was amazing in Justice League.
Honestly, yeah. If we sit here and list everything that's good about Justice League, I could do that for 2 hours easily. It is one of my favorite animated series of all time. It was clearly done with so much love and such respect for the characters. I will say I have checked out the new Batman series, Caped Crusader, on Amazon Prime, and that one's very good as well. It's a little more down to earth, a little more noir and dark.
Okay, that's fair.
But
I mean, let's be brutally honest. Batman's that. Batman was very noir and dark and down to earth.
yeah,
So it's just like, yeah, it makes sense. I don't see a problem with that.
yeah, Batman's a character you can do that with. But yeah, it just that whole animated universe from Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, and a couple of little side projects. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
That's why that Crisis on Infinite Earths three-parter movie that came out pissed me off so much, because they made a point of destroying that old universe as the multiverse crumbled, and I was just like,
Nope.
you haven't earned this. You are not as good as that universe. Therefore, you do not have the right to destroy it for your story.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of things getting destroyed, let's talk about the big subject we're about to go over. And that is, Twitch updated their enforcement notes on their community guidelines. And oh boy, are VTubers getting fucked. Alright. So, some of the things that were pointed out about this, I talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I'm going to talk about it more today. We're going to go in depth. 1, you are no longer allowed to, well, this was always the case, but they're making it more clear. Selling activities that may cause harm for monetary gain, such as bits, tips, etc., is not allowed. For example, you're not allowed to take shots of alcohol for subs or do the cinnamon challenge for a set amount of bits. Oh, what the hell, man? Oh, Jesus. I wish I'd known he was dying, but that's okay. Fuck. Apparently, the Empire and someone else got into a fight outside my place, and the noble died.
Aw.
Yeah, it happens. I'm not overly upset. But he did blow up and take a chunk out of my building.
As I was trying to tell you, there are no bullets left.
Hey, Jersey! How you doing, buddy?
Observation. This is a great opportunity for slaughter.
Jack and Dexter still. Awesome. Ooh, he did a number on my wind turbine, too. They'll repair it. Today was 50. Yay! Huzzah. Anyway, as I was saying before, a lot of examples are, I will open this bottle of alcohol at 100 subscribers, or drinking stream when we hit 50 new subs tonight. Prohibited examples are, I will down this entire bottle of vodka at 300 subscribers, or I will take a shot for every 100 bits. Hey, Think Gibbon, I know you're at work. You have a great day at work, man. I appreciate the work. And someone pointed out, yes and no, none of these rules are new. Twitch is just offering more clarity examples around them as metas involve. Shots for subs has recently been growing in popularity despite being against the rules. So they're basically saying you can't, they're clarifying things. In other words, there are now things against TOS that I still wouldn't do. Yeah. So people are wondering, like, what about spicy food and things of that nature for subs? You know, like eating the super hot pepper beans or eating like a super hot chicken wing or something. What's the clarification? Twitch hasn't given that yet. All right. Then there's also depicting fictional anime characters of childlike appearance, aka lolis and shotas, with any kind of sexual framing is not allowed. This applies to VTubers and within games where avatars are uploaded, such as VR chat. With childlike avatars, even if the broadcaster and the operator of the avatar are both under the age of 18, any humor regarding anything sexual in relation to minors will result in an immediate action on your account. I was like, okay, that's fair. The attire, they have an attire policy, which I should find the attire policy right now. Oh, here we go. Updated attire policy now reads as follows. We don't permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, including exposed genitals or buttocks. That was always the case. Nor do we permit streamers to apply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including but not limited to covering the breasts or genitals with objects or sensor bars. So the sensor bar thing is now banned. Finally. We do not permit the visible outline of genitals, even when covered. Broadcasting nude or partially nude minors is always permitted, regardless of content. As those who present as women, we ask you to cover your nipples and do not expose underbust. Cleavage is unrestricted as long as the coverage requirements are met and it is clear that the streamer is wearing clothing. Where are you reading this? This is the community guidelines on Twitch. I'm finding people's notes on them, but I've also have the guidelines up to verify that these notes are accurate. All right. So if you want the guidelines, here, I will share the guidelines. That is the current guidelines. For streamers, you must cover the area extending from your hips to the bottom of your pelvis and buttocks. Okay. And so they shared a picture that shows what is, like, someone came up with a picture that's kind of like, this is okay, this is not okay, things of that nature. All right, let me pull that back up. So, like, the things on the left are okay, the things on the right are not. All right, so this is the example of what's not okay over here. This is an example of what's okay over here. All right, so that's the acceptable thing. Let me find, there's a streamer in buttocks. Oh, here we go. The entire policy applies to VTubers in the same way it applies to other streamers. Genitalia, buttocks, hips, female presented nipples, underbusts are all covered at times in general streams. These guidelines apply to VTuber models. Here's the kicker, and this is where people are starting to get pissed. These guidelines apply to VTuber models, but not video game characters, including those who are uploaded into games such as VR chat. Do you see the problem with that, camera?
So let me read this. This guy, but not video game characters. So the including part is modifying the not video game characters part.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So basically, if you're a VTuber who hangs out in VR chat, you're fine.
Yeah, but the problem is the VR characters are allowed to not apply their the ruling to this.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
you're a VTuber and you do your VTubing in VR chat, you can ignore all these guidelines.
Essentially. That's a problem because that's not applying the rule evenly.
Well, the problem there is you have to write the rule in such a way that it applies to the VTubers, but not necessarily to sexy video games that Twitch wants to allow to be played.
Right.
And that's going to be tricky.
Yes, but the problem is VR chat allows you to have a completely custom avatar.
Yes, I know.
Which
Toya
is...
does a lot of hers.
Yeah, that is a problem.
I mean, it's a problem for Twitch's policy, because Twitch's policy doesn't recognize that reality.
But here's the other problem with that, though. For example, do you know why I cover up chat in my MMO streams?
No, why?
Because if anything is said in the MMO chat that breaks Twitch's TOS, I get banned.
Oh, like if someone says a racial slur in the... Okay.
I get banned. So
Right.
once again, they are not applying the rule evenly. This is bullshit. Apply the damn rule evenly. I get, like, for video game characters, you can, but they could have put it in there. Games like VR chat or IMVU are exceptions to the video game, like, they're not included in the video game exception rule because people can choose what they look like.
Well, here's the counter argument. Let's say that you do make it binding on VR chat. That would just basically mean that you can't go into VR chat on Twitch because you can't control everyone else's avatars.
Well, here's the kicker, though. if that's the case, then why isn't that kind of mindset applied to, once again, chat in MMOs? If you're going to apply it to chat in MMOs, you should be applying it to VR chat.
I agree with you that it's wrong of them to apply it to the chat in MMOs. But there's a difference there that you can easily hide chat in MMOs. If you're in VR chat, you can't, hide all the other avatars. You'd basically have to have Twitch completely ban VR chat as an acceptable Twitch activity.
I would say no for one reason, because from my understanding of VR chat, you can decide, like you can host a private room and invite who you want in. You can.
I guess you could have a Twitch rule that says VR chat's only allowed if you're in a totally controlled private room. But again, that's really basically banning it, except for putting it a little VR interface. You can't, do VR chat really. It's like it would be the same thing as running a World of Warcraft, hacked server with just you and your 3 buddies.
Yeah. Well, there's more to it than that, all right? For instance, you remember how they said, you have to have your hips covered, you can't have underbust, all that jazz?
Yep.
There are pictures that are being shown, and I cannot show them on stream, of literally real-life women with underbust completely, and the video I found shows them sitting on a vibrating chair that is activated by bits.
Yeah. That's a good scam.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see where the problem is in this. This channel, by the way, is still active. It has not been given even one warning yet. And yet we've had multiple VTubers banned for basically way less. Go ahead.
My argument is that Twitch is way too uptight about this shit and needs to just do age labeling on streams and let some of this shit happen.
Yeah. Here's another example. This person has not gotten any content warnings.
Okay.
This person, who's had no sexual content, which I just sent you, has had 4.
All right, let me pop over there.
The first one's had 0. The second one has had 4.
Just for appearance or for
Just
content?
for appearance. She does no sexual content.
Okay, that does not compute.
Yeah. That's my point exactly. They do not, they said it's because of the clothing rules. Because she is too childlike.
She's not exposing any of the things that are against the rules.
Yeah.
So
and then the last one I have to show, which is this person also has their channel still. She did this little thing on Twitch where she sat on a glass chair with the camera facing right there for more than a week.
Yep.
And nothing happened.
I mean, yeah, that unfortunately does not surprise me.
Yeah, it is kind of bullshit. These new guidelines are not particularly stellar, and they claim they're updating them to help deal with new metas. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Twitch, but I have a question for you. Why not apply the rules to both VTubers and real people evenly? Because it is obvious they're not. And that's kind of annoying the shit out of me. And I'm not the one suffering from, these new rules changes because, let's be brutally honest, my avatar is completely covered.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, man, I'm wearing gloves and everything.
Ooh. Artifact armor.
Oh yeah.
That makes me happy.
But no, I saw that and I was just like, this is just heinous bullshit. And now we might be seeing a mass banning of VTubers.
Yeah, well, that's where a lot of Twitch's revenue comes in. So at a certain point, they're going to have to decide: do they want to make money, or do they want to enforce stupid policies that are broken?
Yeah, Ruby's showing too much neck. Oh no, I'm going to entice you with my veins.
Oh man, that's a tough call. I got a ring of resist poison now.
I will say though, there is hope for these policies might be getting rewritten.
Okay.
There is a VTuber who is Egyptian.
Yep.
And she does belly dancing on stream as her Avi. As part of showing off her culture.
Yep.
And she is stating that if Twitch bans her, she will take them to court over cultural suppression. Which is legal where she is.
Yep.
So that could be fun. Twitch could find themselves dealing with the country of Egypt. Just going, yo, chill the fuck out.
Let's see.
So that could be fun. So the next thing that I have on my list, and you'll probably get a chuckle out of this, it was a Star Trek challenge. All right.
Okay.
So we've discussed the, like our favorite movies, episodes, all that jazz. This challenge was you have to go through each series and remove one character to do the least amount of change to the story.
Okay.
So like you have to basically say, if I remove this one character, this changes the story of the whole series the least.
I get you.
All right. I think this could be a fun challenge. I'm not sure about you.
We can give it a shot.
All right. So let's start at the beginning. And this probably will be the hardest one to do. The original series.
So, what counts as a character to be removed? Like
they have to be in more than 3 episodes.
Okay.
All right. It can't be just a one-shot character and that's it. They have to have been in at least 3 episodes.
Okay. That's kind of what I was getting at, because you have to set a floor as to how relevant someone is.
Yeah, that is gonna be the hardest one. I have my guess for the original series, and I don't like it, but I feel like it probably fits the best.
Who you got?
Chekhov.
I mean, that's not a bad answer.
I hate saying that because I love that actor. I love Walter Koenig, but it's just like, fuck.
I think you're probably okay there as far as the series itself goes. He's a little more important when you get into some of the movies. My answer is going to be, well, I've got 2 possibilities. Yeoman Rand, I'm sorry, she just doesn't do much. She's
true.
Probably she's not one of the main characters, but she's just below that tier. But if I was being, clever and smart aleck, I'd say Lieutenant Kyle, who is in almost a dozen episodes, but I dare you to name one.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. The other one I thought about, like, seriously, because there were some that I was like, okay, like, that's an option, but I'm not sure. But one of the ones I also thought about was Nurse Chapel.
Nurse Chapel,
I
thought about her briefly with regard to her versus Yeoman Rand, and Nurse Chapel at least gets a couple of important moments with McCoy and Spock.
Yeah, that was the problem I had too. Was like that's why I removed her from the list and went with Chekhov because Chekhov really doesn't add much to the original show.
And one of the reasons being he wasn't even in the first season, but yeah, I get you. If you had to stick to the so-called bridge crew main cast, I think Chekhov's a reasonable choice. I think Nurse Chapel's a slightly better choice. I think Yeoman Rand's a great choice because, like I said, she might have an important bit in one episode, but I couldn't tell you. And then, like I said, Lieutenant Kyle's kind of the cheater choice. I'm looking on Memory Alpha right now, and it looks like he's got exactly 11 appearances in the original series.
Jesus Christ. All right, so I will say there is they didn't want to include the movies, but I'll include the movies, but I'll make a caveat with them. They have to be not a main character, but they definitely have to be in at least more than 3 scenes.
Okay.
Like they have to have a somewhat prominent role.
Okay.
One example is say Star Trek the Motion Picture, if we wanted to go with that. You could say, I know Decker and Ilea are important, but that would be options.
I mean, the plot doesn't work without Ilea or Ilea or however you say her name.
Yeah, or Decker.
Yeah.
But I just threw them out as examples. Another one is Savick.
Okay.
Like, that is an example. Or the captain from the ship in the third one.
You talking about
the Grissom guy.
Carl Grissom. Yeah.
Yeah, the captain with the Grissom. Hey, Inquisition. The first movie I think would be a little bit harder to do because there's not a lot of maybe good, strong characters.
Well, yeah, the thing is, I haven't watched the first movie in a while, so I would have to, does McCoy do a whole lot in the first one? I don't know.
Sort of. I mean, if you're thinking about it, maybe, but I think, once again, that might be another Chekhov removal.
I will say that if outside of McCoy, Spock, and Kirk, usually the rest of the crew kind of gets short shrift in the movies. So, you can pick one of Sulu, Chekhov, or Uhura, and chances are one of them got totally fucked on screen time in any given movie.
I will say that would be true for Wrath of Khan.
Yeah.
I'd say Uhura got really boned on Wrath of Khan.
Yeah. And that just, that happens.
Yeah. If anything, that would be my choice for Wrath of Khan is Uhura, and I hate saying that, but it's true. For Search for Spock, it's, once again, Uhura, because she stays behind.
Yeah.
So, there's that. But then we get the fourth movie. And all of the cast have really good points.
Yeah.
I feel like saying one of the two whales would be cheating. Just fucking need one.
Yeah, I think you need both if you're going to reestablish the population, but
Well, you get what I mean. It's like, that's kind of cheaty. No, I know who to go with in the fourth movie.
Okay.
The Federation president.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
AAP! Because he is in more than 3 scenes, but every line he does could have honestly been done by the Admiral. And they just could have said, the president's somewhere else in a secure location.
Yeah.
Boom. So, yeah, the president, maybe that one. Oh, Star Trek V, how I hate thee. I wish I could just say Shatner, but no.
No, you can't remove Shatner from that. He's not only the star, he's the director.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said I'd rather have that movie not exist.
It has strange charms. I don't totally hate it.
For me, it's the worst Star Trek. At least in the movies.
For me, it's the worst of the original Star Trek movies, meaning the first 6.
Okay, fair enough.
Though, man, Insurrection does kind of fucking suck.
Yeah, but like I found more charm with Insurrection than I did Star Trek V.
Your mileage may vary. Yeah, I want to say that both. No, you know what? I'll tell you exactly who it is. It's Scotty in Star Trek V, because he basically gets bonked on the head. He gets a comedic line like, "I know this ship like the back of my hand." He walks into a bulkhead and knocks himself the fuck out.
Yeah,
He gets this stupid comic relief thing, and it just like shits all over the character. So I don't even think is Sulu even in 5, because I think at that point he had moved on.
No,
okay,
he's in 5 because he's the one who pilots the shuttle back into
Gotcha.
the Enterprise, and like everybody kind of looks at Sulu's like, I've never tried manual landing before, and Kirk goes, he's good, real good.
Yes, it was 6 when he got his own ship because basically George Takei couldn't stand Shatner anymore.
Yeah, and I don't blame him. Speaking, okay, so 5. Who'd you remove in 5?
Scotty.
Scotty. Mine is the Klingon first officer.
Okay, yeah, the one that's following what's his name?
Kern, or whatever his name is. Clang, or fucking...
oh, I thought you were talking about the...
Not Cord. No, I'm talking about the female first officer.
Okay.
From the Klingon ship. Because all of her lines don't need to be fucking said.
Yeah.
The Klingon captain honestly could have just been talking to himself at that point.
Yeah.
So it is a thing. Like, and she has more than 3 scenes, and the only real scene she gets to herself is literally Sulu and Chekhov checking her out at the end of the movie.
Yep.
It's just like, fucking A. Like, we could have done better, guys. Come on. Then we get to 6. Oh boy, 6.
6 is an excellent movie.
It is. It's hard to remove someone without changing it.
I mean, basically Sulu, because he's just there, a couple of times with the Excelsior to help out on different things. He's almost not in the movie.
I mean, that's true, but you could have easily replaced him with another captain.
Yep.
For that first scene, where the ship gets hit with that energy wave, or hell, you could have cut the whole energy wave scene out.
Yep.
And just be like, hey, there's a big explosion on a Klingon moon, and they're kind of fucked. Let's go.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily need him to show up later when they're, trying to figure out this bird of prey that can fire while cloaked.
Yeah, now we'll get back to the movies when we get through, because we're going to try to stick with the timeline here, at least when they were released.
Okay.
I have no experience with the animated series, so I can't say anything about that.
Yeah.
So the next is Next Gen. Who can we remove from Next Gen without completely fucking the story?
I mean, Dr. Pulaski can go die in a fire.
I mean, that's true. We could have had an entire season without a doctor.
Or any other character, fulfilling that role.
Yeah.
Her character was so unlikable and such an asshole to Data all the time. She got one spotlight episode with the weird aging, and honestly, it wasn't that good an episode to begin with.
Yeah.
But from a grander perspective, you could probably lose Wesley Crusher. You'd lose a couple of episodes that deal with him, but he's not that load-bearing. I'd still go with Pulaski, though, just because I don't like her. I actually like Wesley.
I would definitely go with Pulaski more than Wesley, because Wesley changes more of the story.
Yeah. I mean, like, do we even hear Pulaski's name after the second season? I think the answer might be maybe once.
I don't even think once.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah. No, but Wesley has a few really good episodes. Like, the one that stands out to me is the one where he's in the academy. There's been an accident.
Yeah.
and he's hiding the truth, and
Yeah.
Picard goes on like a rant to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's kind of still important to Star Trek.
As
So
much as I make fun of, Counselor Troy, I think she is actually pretty important to many episodes. Like, there are several episodes that depend on her abilities. And she got at least one or two good spotlight episodes.
I feel though like a lot of her uniqueness, that what she brought to the table, Guinan kind of took from her.
I see them as they both have beyond normal perception, but in different ways.
Yeah.
Guinan herself, while she adds a nice human element, like, by being there in 10 forward, prompting people to have realizations about themselves, she's not necessarily plot critical most of the time, so you could probably lose her without too much.
Yeah. But I still say Pulaski is more of the better fit for removal.
I honestly, Pulaski's in more episodes than Guinan is, but fuck Pulaski, so
Like, fuck her.
she's so mean to Data. You can't be mean to Data.
That's fair.
I'm trying to think. I mean, if we wanted to get really cheaty, I'm sure I could find someone who was in exactly 3 episodes and didn't make a bit of difference.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But
I feel like we've had good answer for next gen. Then we get to Deep Space Nine.
yes, Deep Space Nine. Ah.
I have a cheaty character,
Okay.
Loxana Troy.
Did she make 3 appearances in
She
DS9?
made at least 3.
Okay.
2 involved Odo directly, and 1 involved, I forget what else. I want to say she's in 3, but let me double check. I may be wrong.
Okay.
It'd be helpful if I could spell how she fucking her name.
Let's see. I got it.
I got it.
She has exactly 3 on DS9.
Yeah, I got it right. I knew there was at least 3. Yeah. Let's see. Personal relationships. Where is her appearances? It says. Yep. Deep Space Nine 3. Oh no, I didn't want to click on that. I just wanted to see what the 3 were. The Forsaken, the Fascination, and the Muse. Yep. Mm-hmm. She was on 3. She's technically on 6 in TNG, but she actually matters to the fucking plot for Troy.
Yes.
In several episodes, so yeah.
And I love her, so I would never cut her out.
But yeah, no, she would be a cheat character to remove for Deep Space Nine.
If I were to pick a character that's not a cheat character, man, I feel bad, but I'm leaning towards Jake Sisko.
Jake is not a bad choice. He could have died in the ship, and that would have affected the dad as well.
Yeah.
There's that. He had a few good episodes, and one, honestly, Deep Space Nine's best ones was that.
Yeah.
Which was the Visitor.
Yep.
So I kind of don't want to hit him.
Right. I get you.
If anyone, I would say to remove.
Oh, I got another cheat character for DS9. Morn.
Morn. Yeah. Removing
He's in
him.
a lot of episodes.
He is in a lot of episodes. The female changeling.
Okay.
And hear me out. Here's the reason why. You could technically remove her and just have the changeling send messages to Wayun.
Mm-hmm.
And have the plot move that way.
Yeah.
So there is that. So I feel like she is possibly the non-cheat character that you could probably remove and not hurt too much. I debated Damar for a while, but Damar had some really good moments.
Okay.
that were kind of important. And I'm sure as shit not removing Martok.
Yeah.
No. Some of my favorite Klingon interactions are involving him. Like, my favorite one, hands down, is when his wife shows up on the station. Do you remember that scene?
I do not.
She looks at him and she goes, "You've grown fat and old." And he kind of smiles at her and goes, "My degradation continues apace." She goes, "I honestly expected you to be dead already." And then Bartok goes, "I will endeavor to die within the year if possible." And like, he loves her to death. He is super loyal to her, like Gomez is to Morticia. But they are just insultive to each other. And it's just the prime example of old Klingon lovers.
Yeah.
And you can tell they both care for each other. And it's cool as hell. I love that interaction. And that the writers went to that care, the actor and actress both went to that care to, you know, like, pull that in.
Fair enough.
But so that's Deep Space Nine. Now we get to Voyager. I have
how about the entire crew.
Fuck the entire crew. Like, no.
Just cancel the series. There's just nothing there. Because
Hey, Cinder.
the show achieved nothing.
Of lasting effect. If there was any one character I feel you could remove from Deep Space Nine and have the least amount of effect, and this
Voyager.
Voyager, and you have the least amount of effect, and this is actually a pretty main character until later in the show. It's either going to be one of two characters, Neelix, or Chakotay. How am I today? I'm doing fine, Cinder. I hope you're doing okay. You could easily remove Neelix, and all you're losing is a jealous, boyfriend, essentially.
I would happily get rid of Kez as well.
Yeah, Kez is a fair removal. The only thing I have with either keeping Kez... The argument I could have for keeping Kez is her interactions with the Doctor. Like, some of her interactions with the Doctor are the start of him waking up, essentially.
Fair.
But honestly, someone else could have done that.
Yes.
But she was a good vehicle for that. And you can only remove one.
Right.
So for me, it's Neelix. Chakotay is a second, and only because he really doesn't do much, and his centered episodes are not particularly great.
Chakotay is useless. And yeah. But there are so many characters on Voyager that I just do not give a shit about.
Yeah.
So it's an embarrassment of riches when it comes to removing characters from
Voyager. All right. Then, before we get to Enterprise, we get to the next-gen movies. All right, so we get to Generations. Who can we remove in Generations that affects the plot the least?
Scotty and Chekhov don't do shit.
That's true. Scotty and Chekhov don't do shit. But are they in more than 3 scenes?
I guess it depends on how you count a scene. I think they cut back and forth a little bit.
I would say 3 separate scenes.
Yeah.
Like, distinct scenes. And I do not believe Scotty and Chekhov are in 3 distinct scenes. I think they're only in 2.
That's fair.
So we can't get rid of them.
Gosh, I'm trying... It's been a while since I've bothered to watch Generations.
I know, it's not exactly one as oftenly watched.
Does Troy do much of anything in that one?
No, other than crash the ship.
Anybody can do that.
First time she ever gets to pilot the fucking ship, she runs it into a planet. Like,
I mean, she was in command in the episode Disaster.
no, she wasn't. That's in command, not piloting.
I mean, she wasn't at the helm, but she was in charge of giving orders to the helm.
That's not what I'm referring to. There are plenty of times where she's been in charge. That's not the problem. It's the fact that the first time she piloted the ship, she ran it into a fucking planet.
Okay.
It's one of the reasons why in Star Trek Picard they made that kind of a somewhat big deal as like a joke.
I see.
But no, Troy's a good option. I'd say Worf is also a good option.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to do much in Generations.
Yeah, they just sort of like pick him up off of the. Oh no, I'm thinking of First Contact.
Yeah.
Um,
And he does more in First Contact.
yes.
Yeah, he doesn't do much in Generations. So I'd say him or Troy. Those are probably good
Okay.
options.
Yep.
Speaking of First Contact. If I'm gonna say anybody from First Contact, it might be Crusher.
Interesting.
She doesn't do much. There's the scene where they're escaping the med bay, and they summon the doctor, and she tells the doctor to distract the Borg. She tells the captain to blow up the ship, but she's not the only one saying that. Troy says that too. Several other people do. And Troy has a much bigger role in that movie than Crusher does. So I feel like Crusher kind of got the short end of the stick on that one.
Yeah, I could see that. I would say that is a reasonable pick for First Contact. I'm trying to go through in my head. I mean, the thing is, Picard and Data always have good stuff to do. LaForge usually has some technobabble. Riker's a little more hit and miss.
Yep.
Troy and Crusher, unfortunately, are usually your two that get underwritten the most.
Yep. I'm good. But with that being said, let's talk about the other malformed child of the Star Trek series, Insurrection.
Can we just fire the whole movie?
Fuck it, kill them all. I have one, but I don't know if you're gonna agree with me on it.
Okay, hit me.
Geordi. Geordi doesn't do as much as everyone else does in the movie.
I mean, I think you're right. It's been a while since I watched Insurrection willingly.
Yeah, willingly. So what you're telling me is we need to tie you down to like a chair with duct tape and like Clockwork Orange your eyes and make you watch it again.
That would probably be the only way. It's just such a wet fart of a movie.
I didn't think it was that good of a movie either. It was just, there were a few scenes that I found kind of amusing, and that was about it. But,
Joystick piloting the goddamn ship.
yeah, that was annoying. For me, though, it was the Worf just like slapping one of those drones, and then he just looks at Picard and just goes, "Definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, Captain."
Yeah.
Like that was kind of amusing to me. That made me chuckle a bit.
I guess my problem with Insurrection is it just feels like a lazy cash grab. Hey, we got all the actors, here they are. They're doing something. Are you happy now, nerds? It doesn't feel like there's any point to it.
AP goes, "Wet fart of a movie." I love that description. By the way, AP, I want to mention something. We have something called Rim Connect. And you as a mod can make things happen in my game by putting it in a vote, and the chat can vote for whichever option they want to have happened. And also talking for silver.
Yes. It doesn't seem to be too punitive. I haven't said anything in a while, and I'm up to 3,300, so
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I don't know what the time scale is, but I do know it's after a certain period of time, it just says, no, you're not earning silver anymore.
But yeah, so it's pretty good.
But yeah,
Insurrection, the bad guys sucked. The lame attempts at fan service sucked. Just didn't feel like it was fully baked.
the only thing good that came out of that movie was the fact that Riker and Troy agreed to be in a relationship finally.
Yeah,
That
I
was
don't know what
that was it.
I don't know what the weird detour Troy had was where she was dating Worf for a while there, but yeah, good to see the canonical couple get back together.
Yep. And then we get to, let's see, after Insurrection, Nemesis.
Nemesis, which is actually kind of good. Basically, it's the Star Trek rule. Every other movie's pretty good.
Yeah, every odd movie sucks ass. Every even movie is good.
Yep. It's like Windows versions. Except it's different from the odds and evens there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Nemesis. I think it was a good send off, nice recovery from the shittiness of Insurrection. Let me think. Okay. I think my answer is going to be kind of cheaty.
Okay, let's hear it.
B4.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that's cheating because that's Data / B4.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a different android.
Yeah.
And, they do the thing where, he, puts Data's memories in there. Oh, did it work? It's sort of meant to be like the Wrath of Khan thing where Spock, preserves his mind so they can bring back Data if they really, really want to. Except when they finally bring back Data, it's not really, it didn't use B4 at all. Like, that's not how they brought him back for Picard, so it's just a completely pointless distraction.
Yep. B4 does feel kind of cheaty, but I can see your point. Troy's not a good option because that whole link with the Riemann was really cool and neat what they did with that. Did Geordi do anything?
I mean, he helped with B4 when they found B4. I remember that scene.
Yeah.
I don't remember if they had to do any complex engineering tasks.
I like the characters that don't stand out strong to me are honestly Worf and Geordi.
Yeah. Again, it's been a while since I watched this one, though I would willingly watch this one again, so hard for me to remember. I just, as I'm going through the mental list of characters, I'm like, why is B4 even in the movie except to do the head fake towards the search for Spock shit?
Yeah. So that's the movies. Then we hit Enterprise. Oh boy.
I won't suggest firing the whole movie or the whole series into the sun. There are things I like about Enterprise.
Oh, AP made a poll on Rim Connect. Oh no. So you gotta go to Rim Connect and click on it and you can pick the poll.
Alright, so...
Uh-oh. That's already been finished, apparently.
Oh, I didn't get to it in time.
Yeah, apparently not. So it's supposed to be doing some sort of nuclear fog?
Radioactive fog. Alright. Enjoy.
Yeah, if it happens... It should be happening? Yep, there it goes. Yeah, oh, we hope it helps. Yeah, gee, thanks, game.
Alright, Enterprise. Oh, yeah, I have my smartass answer. Technically, maybe not the correct answer if you consider plot relevance, but character I think that would ultimately change the least to get rid of, Captain Jonathan Archer.
Yeah.
I guess you could say Porthos as a cheat answer, but no. Captain Archer, the man without a personality.
Yeah.
I mean, technically he is important, blah, blah, blah. Lieutenant Reed, honestly, isn't super important. He occasionally gets a interesting scene. I like the actor and the character.
The biggest thing that Reed got to himself that was really unique was Section 31 stuff.
Yeah,
he was an early member of Section 31.
Trying to think if there's anybody else that stands out to me. I'd almost say T'Pol. She's basically there just as eye candy.
Yeah, and they could have honestly had any other Vulcan.
They could have given Hoshi a boob job and it would have accomplished the same thing.
I mean, yeah, T'Pol wasn't like, but T'Pol did have a lot of plot relevance.
She's relevant because of the tension between Earth and Vulcan, mostly.
Yeah, but it's still plot.
It is, but it's very limited one-note plot stuff. She's mostly there for scenes with the decontamination gel.
Yeah. If anyone... I'm trying to think of a good one. Probably Travis Mayweather, the pilot.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like he has the least amount of plot relevance.
Yeah, I get you.
Because I'm just, like, I'm not picking characters just because I hate them. It's just like, which one do I think logically will affect the story the least?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, Mayweather did not have a lot. It seemed like they could do some cool stuff with his backstory growing up as a spacer, and they just didn't. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I think you're right. I think of the main crew, it's Mayweather.
Yeah. Then we got Discovery.
And I watched 2 episodes and gave the fuck up, so...
So I'm the one that has to lead this one.
Yeah.
Alright, plot relevance. Who does the least amount of plot relevance but is in the most scenes? Honestly, it's going to be either the pilot or the ops station ladies. Because they have no plot relevance in the first season.
Uh-huh.
They have almost no plot relevance in the second season. And I don't think it's until season 4 that one of them gets any episode to them.
Okay.
So, yeah, either Ops or the pilot in Discovery. They're both worthless. They add nothing to the story.
Okay.
And then we get Star Trek Picard. Oh boy.
I will say that I think Picard does a pretty good job with its cast. It doesn't bloat it.
And it spreads the spotlight out pretty well.
Yeah.
Hey, Dresden.
I would probably give it to I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Romulan Sword Boy.
Okay. I could see that. Because he's only in season 1, and even in season 1, he's not crazy important.
Like, he's in a little bit of season 2. He appears.
Dresden says Picard season 3 is the only good season.
I liked all of them for what they were, though I felt like...
I felt 2 was the best.
I definitely think 3 is my favorite. But 3 has fully abandoned the premise of a Picard show, and it's the Next Generation reunion show, and, you know, that's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, but, like, at the same time, 2 was the weakest? Nah, man, it had Q. Q was a very strong character. I felt like 1 was the weakest.
I think that 2 was weak in story. It felt like they'd stretched out a very thin story to longer than they should have. I felt like season 1's story was a little better. Uh, but you Picard didn't really have anyone to yell at in season 1 uh, to do interesting monologues at, and that's where season 2, you got Q. So they each have their strong and weak points.
Yeah.
That's what I say. But yeah, there's no comparison. Season 3 is the best season because holy shit, you've got the whole crew back. They're all doing awesome stuff. It's basically fan service, but it's actually carefully written fan service in most regards. So I'll allow it.
It's strange, but I'll allow it. Something. There's Lizen with something. I need to make an alcohol room. Am I forgetting anything?
In terms of what?
Star Trek shows or movies?
We got to do Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds and which one?
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks, that's right. And there's Prodigy too, but
I haven't seen Prodigy.
yeah. Okay, so Strange New World. Which one came out first, Lower Decks or Strange New Worlds? I want to say Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
Okay, so who to get rid of in Lower Decks? AP asked, like, can you make me an alcohol room while you're at it?
Lower Decks is fantastic. I don't want to get rid of any of the characters, but
You have to get rid of one.
if I have to get rid of one, probably Ransom, the first officer.
I can see that. I can see Ransom being removed. And
You could also make the argument for Shax, the security officer, or Billups, the chief engineer,
or the medical officer.
No, you do not even suggest that. She is the heart and soul of that show. Dr. Angry Cat Lady is best character.
Dresden says Captain Freeman.
No, you can't get rid of Captain Freeman because it's key to Mariner's whole character arc.
Yeah.
Without Captain Freeman, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I could see the first officer, Ransom.
But yes, Dr. Angry Cat Lady is my favorite.
I can tell. Just a mere suggestion made you lose your shit.
You're not gonna cancel her, I'll cancel you!
Yeah. And then we got Strange New Worlds.
Love the cast there, but I think
Pilot.
See, for me, well, you know what? In terms of plot relevance, I think that's a decent choice.
Yeah, once again, I'm just aiming for plot relevance. I love the pilot character, but plot relevant wise, she's the least relevant.
She's got a couple of moments, but I would say that barring one episode, Ensign Khan Noonien Singh, the security officer, is also pretty irrelevant plot-wise, and I like her less than the pilot, so I'll suggest her as an alternate possibility.
I could see her as an alternate. The only episode I liked her in was the one with Kirk.
Yeah.
That was really well done. So there's that. So I thought, I was like, okay, that would be a fun little challenge. Oh my god. By the way, peeps, remember one of the channel point redeems is make a colonist, so you can join the colony if you have 300 channel points. And AP, remember, you can always do the poll again. I don't know what the cooldown is, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. Alright, I need a zone. Oh, here we go. Wyzen dropped a good colonist. What do we got? Ram here, Wyzen, Morty. Okay, you can't cook. I wonder why. Fast Learner, Optimus, Beautiful. Common Air. Commoner Air, Commoner Lord. So you're good with social, but cooking, cleaning, and butchering are disabled. Okay, that could work for us. You have a different religion, though, so we're gonna have to fix that. So no warden for you. Put you on management. Put your crafting on 3, refining on 3. Oh, we can have you make art. That'd be cool. Alright. So management and art. Cool. Went down an Outlander rabbit hole of Googling. Alright. So he's a lord. He's going to do his thing. What is the best weapon we have right now? It is a Pila. So we're going to give you a Pila. I mean, good is not bad. I mean, you had some really good traits. You have double in melee, double in animals, crafting. So you handling the animals might not be a bad choice. And training them. And then having you do art. Yeah. Neat. Oh wait, I forgot. There's also fishing, which allows you to upgrade your animal handling. What are you doing?
Let me put my ring of digging back on.
Diggy diggy hole.
Diggy.
By the way, AP, let us know if you ever do a vote thing.
Yeah, give us a heads up so we can
Yeah, make sure that we have it.
make sure that we call it out for folks.
Yeah, so that way we know it's coming.
Alright, I think I have fully explained
All right.
this level.
Because the radiation fog is gone. Alright, what's this? Temperature-wise, everything looks like it's going fine. Alright. Oh, we have the vodka drum. Vodka drum needs to be 3 to 20F. What about you? What do you require? Doesn't say. I have to have it finished. Okay. Wait. Oh, 37 to 68. Alright, so I need... Let's go for 60. And aim for that and see if that's okay. Alright, so we have to have vodka mesh. Which I'm fairly certain is made... Not there. Where do I make this? Production... Gotta be something. Brewery, maybe? Okay, so we're gonna remove that. We're gonna cancel that. And we'll go for the brewery. Where do I see it? There. There. And... there. Alright, so that'll be there. And I can put the refrigerator right there. And we'll see if that works better. Poll made 2 minutes. Alright, what's the poll? Trigger meteorite, spawn one worst colonist, trigger fail, demon attack. And I can't read the last one. So I'm going to go with that one. I think it's trigger frail, and then one is trigger meteor attack. We'll see what happens. We could be suffering greatly here. Oh no. Oh no! I mean, if all else fails and I get like a really shitty colonist, I could just send him to one of the the settlements and see like, hey, it's your problem now. Like, go away. God damn it. Oh, the cooking area is dirty. Do we not have someone cleaning? Probably not. No, we don't. You're repairing and deconstructing. So let's have you clean. And you're plant cutting, so we'll put these guys on clean. Everybody else is just 3 on clean. No, wait. Cleaning forces. I have gotten the worst colonist. Alright, what do you got?
Yay!
You have 0s in everything. You're abrasive, slothful, slow learner, creepy breathing, annoying voice. Incapable of violent. What the fuck, game? Wow, 0 in everything. Wait, there's a class with the 2. What is your class? Oh, you're a fucking, it doesn't say in here. It should say it in here, but it doesn't. Scholar. You're a scholar. So you're a healer. So, you have this one. Blocks damage shield, deployment tactics, sacred shield. Binding that, bio, broil, change stratagem. Yeah, okay. Hurry and clean the kitchen. Oh my god! 1,000 bits, Wizen. Thank you. Thank you so much, pal. You know what? That's what her job's gonna be. She's gonna be cleaning, hauling, doing all the grunt work until I could find something for her to do that isn't god-awful. Does she not have any passions in anything? She does not. She has no passions. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
My god, you are worthless. Alright, you know what? Put you on cleaning duty. And we'll give you also a melee weapon. Because the best thing you could do is be a fucking, meat shield. Oh my god. Yay! Alright. So, we're working with that. That will be done as soon as I get some more steel. So, I'm a little low on steel, and that's okay. I have started collecting a lot of animals, so that's working out so far. Because I've been making a lot of kibble. How much longer until this child is, hitting its next health stage? Well, the child has gut worms, that's great.
Let's see.
It doesn't say. Oh, that's great. Age 7. So she's age 5 right now. So the next growth moment is at 7. What, Rose? Huh? Yeah. Go use another bathroom then. I'm not killing your spider right now. Then squish it. Then go use the other bathroom. I do not care, child. God damn it, child. You should be in bed.
Dinner. I finished dinner. Trying to get more food.
Uh-huh. Alright.
Mighty spider indeed.
Yeah, mighty spider indeed. Alright, so we want to fix Wizen's religion here in a bit. Can I do... No, I don't want to convert you. I want to convert Wizen. Expected quality, 75%. So can't get any better unless I get another participant. And Cheshire has a 125 social impact. We could try that. Let's see if we can't make some progress on that. Come on. Work for me here. She's already... What are your needs? I'm a dislike xenotype. Led by... What? What is your fucking religion? Supremacist? Alien slavery is abhorrent. Where is the disliked xenotype? Oh, pig skins. She's a religion that likes basically the orcs. And she follows that religion. Why? Why, game? Why? Yep. Oh. Andrew Woman's there. Let's see if we can't convince you to join us. One of us. One of us. Sometimes you need thick green. What, Rose? Of course. Child aggro. Of course. Give me a second. You should not have been out here in the first place. You should be in bed. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright. Masterful conversion ritual. Nice. 2 to 9. Did you join us? Let's see. Where's Wizen? Wizen. Where the fuck is he? I saw him and then I lost him. No, he's one of us. Awesome. Yay. Now we gotta fix the child's religion later. But I gotta wait like a month. I can only do 1 conversion ritual a month. And 1 more religion point and I can evolve my religion. Alright. Rose, turn that down. Please. Alright, so we got plenty of components, but we don't have any steel. That's kind of what I'm waiting for, is steel.
Just a heads up, you've got about 10 minutes.
Yep, 10 minutes. Alright, we have a nutrient paste dispenser, which I can make. Do I want to is the question. Probably not. I already have a machining table. I have all these. I have a large electric smithy, which is not that helpful. You know what? I have a better idea. Let's move that out. And how big is the large stove? Bigger than the fucking room. Okay. How am I gonna do this? I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do. Okay, so this is what I'll do. I'll remove this wall and that door. Then I will build... I'll extend this out. Actually, no, wait. I won't remove that. Okay. Okay, cancel. We're gonna extend this room out like that. And we're gonna put wooden floors right there. And we'll remove this. Or maybe not this. We'll expand this room. And hopefully that'll work. Get rid of that for now. Alright, so there you go. So we're taking care of that. That looks like it's going well. Oh. Yeah, I don't know when Chapter 1 ends in Star Wars The Old Republic, and I kind of want to look that up real quick. Because I'm kind of curious where it ends.
Yeah, I am as well.
Alright, story progression. It's Act 1. Alderaan.
Okay, good.
So the next planet is literally the last one for Act 1.
Excellent.
And then we have our class stories little act thing, and then it'll mention Act 2.
Okay.
Alright. So we're close. That means I really need to get that thing done. Alright, large stove. Can I put it that way? Nope. Alright, we'll put it here. And then we'll build a copy of this here. And then for storage, I'll put the deep refrigerator here in the corner. I'll cover that. And then production-wise, I will do a brewery here with a chair in front of it. Is there any other food-related things? Looks like a no on that. There's a biofuel refinery, though, so I need to get that in. So I'll put that in the, I'll put that in the storage room. For now. Alright, Rose. Not that. It's inappropriate. Do something else. Got it?
What's she on?
She was on a video on YouTube that was talking about things it shouldn't be talking about.
Okay.
And I was like, nope, that's not acceptable.
She should be in bed.
She should be in bed.
No.
Yes, child. I swear, 9 going on 18. Alright, let's see, I got a chemistry bench, a biorefinery, a wooden table, because I don't have those in here. Anything else that stands out? I don't need a concrete mixer. And I don't need a large tailoring table or any of the crafting tables yet. That comes later, like much later, when I have an overabundance of materials.
So I know we're getting close to the end. This is not necessarily strictly on topic, but I'm reading something fun for a certain value of fun on social media. So This was a letter from a homeowners association to a homeowner. And I'll reveal some more information after I get through the gist. But basically, there was a blackout in the neighborhood. This homeowner had a gas-powered generator that they hooked up and started. And they used that generator to power their house during the blackout.
Right.
And the HOA members complained to the HOA that the generator caused excessive noise, disturbing the neighborhood, aggravating an already stressful situation. Also, there was perceived unfairness. Several members were frustrated by the fact that while the rest of the community was without power, you were seen watching the game on your TV and carrying on as normal. The disparity caused further dissatisfaction amongst residents who felt the noise and visible signs of your powered home were inconsiderate during the outage. We kindly ask that you take the following actions in the future. 1. Consider a quieter alternative. Invest in a quieter or more discreet generator system to reduce the noise impact on your neighbors.
Oh my god.
2. Be mindful of your neighbors. While using your generator, consider minimizing activities that might highlight the contrast between your powered home and those without electricity. We hope this letter serves as a reminder to maintain community harmony even during challenging situations. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to contact us. You'll note that they don't suggest that there are any rules violation, and the reason for that is the person they directed this letter to is not a member of the HOA.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself.
HOAs are the fucking devil, and they all deserve to burn.
Yeah. I saw several stories where several HOAs literally took someone's house.
Yeah, they can do that.
Which is bullshit.
Yes. I would never buy a home in an HOA.
Yeah, I'm not down with the idea at all. All right. So, poll up. There's another poll up in Rim Connect. One last poll before we head out.
All right.
APY.
Why do you do?
Steve. She picked 4 options that are hell. Jesus Christ. We're about to find out. Fucking A. All right. We're going to rate someone named Grantland, all right? After this is done. The poll's done. So if... where's your guy? Your guy is over here. He is collecting things. He's gotten some powers. Things of that nature. Not really much has happened to him this time. What else did you expect from me? Yeah, I kind of figured. If you're one of my many followers, please use that follower raid message. If you are one of my tavern patrons, aka subscribers, please use that raid message. We're going to be raiding someone named Grantland. Let me see. See what they're playing. They're playing another sports game. Major League Baseball, the show. So we're waiting for whatever the fucking poll is. We'll see what happens. Because this is gonna be fun. I'm waiting. Game, come on. I have a time limit here. There we go. Maverick got a flirting frenzy. Let me get this straight. He has a decent social, but he's a psychopath. You gave the psycho fucking flirting frenzy. Who's
Psycho horny.
The psycho horny. And his wife is currently in death sleep.
That's not okay.
But like she's a vampire's child. That's what they do. So his wife is in death sleep. So who is he going to flirt with? We'll find out next week.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank everybody as soon as I get back to the main screen. Thank you all for coming. Join us tomorrow for Wildcard Wednesday, where I will be playing the Imperial side of Star Wars The Old Republic with Inquisition. We're going to continue our adventures of the Sith Warrior and Sith Inquisitor. So there is that. So we'll have fun with that. And then Friday, we'll have Fable Friday, where we'll be playing Star Wars The Old Republic. Not Star Wars The Old Republic. Fable Friday will be D&D. God, my brain. Stop that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I just disappeared. Oh, there I am. So until then, take care of yourselves mentally and physically. That's always important. And I know you come to my wonderful Resplendent Tavern for the witty banter, but you stay for my fuck-ups. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, and comment below to please the algorithm gods. The Omnisaya must be pleased. Until then, catch you all later. Toodles.
Toodles.